Do you ever wish for a rewind button in your life? Hi everyone, welcome back to Being Deepa once again. I know all our experiences make us who we are today, but do you ever wonder if you knew all that you know today, you would have made different choices in life? Or at least would have worried less? What do you think? I think I would. Which is why today I'm going to share 5 life lessons which I learned a little too late in life and would love to know what you think. So as a part of this video, I sent out a question to 12 of my friends and asked them this one question. I asked them if there was one thing that they wish they knew early on in life, what was it? And unanimously, without a contradiction, each one of them replied the same thing in different words. Each one of them said they wish they had more confidence. They wished they were more sure of themselves, that they believed more in themselves. And I can identify with it so much when, especially the 80s and 90s kids that we were supposed to follow. We were not supposed to ask questions. And there was this one-dimensional idea of beauty. There was this one-dimensional idea of failure, of everything. And many of us, including men and women, I didn't think we knew what unique meant. And just like my friends, I wish I knew that I was beautiful, that I was intelligent, that I mattered. And also, I think in that age, body shaming, different body types, these were not part of conversations. There was this one kind of beauty. And if you don't fit into that stereotype, then you were not beautiful. And that really changed a lot of things for many, many women. Today, if we have Katrina Kaif, we also have Vidya Balan. So we are talking more about body shaming and how all body types are good as long as you're healthy. But back then, it wasn't so. So my first life lesson, which I think I learned a little too late, would definitely be being more sure of myself. And I think I learned it a little too late. Well, the second life lesson that I wish I knew a little earlier on is that this success is unique for each one of us. While growing up, I believed that success means one thing for everyone. That means high-flying career, making millions, business suits, traveling extensively, basically making a lot of money and just climbing the corporate ladder. But the last decade of my life has challenged and changed this notion to the core. Wilford Peterson says, and I quote, "Success is relative and individual and personal. It is your answer to the problem of making your minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, and years add up to a great life." I remember never thinking about success that way. It always correlated to money and fame and awards. But today I know for a fact that if a woman gives up her lucrative career for a cause that she believes in, she's as successful as someone who doesn't. And they both are successful in their own way. If one's ambition is to make larger amount of money and achieve fame, and the others is to stay at home and enjoy domestic bliss and be with the children, then they both are successful as long as they are happy in their choices. But again, growing up, this wasn't acceptable. This wasn't approved. And I wish I knew when I was starting out my life. I think most of us were pushed into believing that there is this one idea of success, that there is only this one kind of success which is same for everyone, which I now know is not. So that's my second life lesson. Well, the third life lesson that I wish I knew earlier on in life would be that time speeds up. This is so huge. I mean, we all know time flies by quickly, but nobody tell us when we are just starting that 1 minute you are 20, thinking of doing everything, achieving everything, having a perfect life, a spouse, a house, a perfect career, and suddenly in the blink of an eye, you're 40. You're like literally 40, wondering where did all the years go? And I truly wish I knew how quickly the time passes. Because if I did know as much as I know today, I would have documented more. That's like one regret. I would have taken more pictures, more videos, would have recorded more events, more days of my life and my children's life and my parents' life and in general, so that I could enjoy this nostalgia, the years that have passed by just so quickly. Even today, the Facebook memories, when they bring in those days like 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 7 years ago, I love it. And I wanted many such small clips of my time, my life, to build up on that whole place, which I would fill up with the memories that I'm creating today. So this is definitely one of the life lessons that I learned, I think, a little too late. And if you are in your early 20s or just starting and your kids are way younger than mine, then start documenting everything. Every day take some pictures, videos, buy a hard disk, put it all on there, because you are going to blink and decades are going to fly. So that's my life lesson. The next life lesson, which I wish I knew a little earlier on, is about mindfulness. And I have discussed it in so many of my videos, but I can't insist more upon it. I wish I had found mindfulness earlier on in my life. Living in the moment is something that I have brought a lot of calm and peace in my life. And I wish, when I was going through a difficult phase, especially after the diagnosis of my daughter and a few other phases which comes in all our lives, different challenges, testing times, if we know that it's going to pass, if we believe in the power of meditation or being in the moment, I think it's easier to deal with it. The Vietnamese Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh says, and I quote, "The present moment is the substance with which the future is made. Therefore, the best way to take care of the future is to take care of the present moment. What else can you do?" And I feel that the days that I'm more mindful, I'm more at peace. Which is why I think this is one life lesson I wish I knew a little early on in life. And that brings us to the last life lesson of today. And the last pointer is, I wish I knew I had the choice to not follow the rules. I didn't think I had a choice. And neither did most of the 80s or 90s kids. I think most of us were supposed to follow this predefined set of rules. Like, pay attention to your studies, be disciplined, don't answer back, be polite, be submissive, get good scores, get a good job, marry, buy your house, buy a car, have 2 kids, one after the other, keep doing your job till 60 and then die. That was pretty much it. We didn't have too much scope. We didn't have too many gaps. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little, but that was it. I didn't think many of us even had a voice or a choice. We never questioned the status quo in order to earn that good kid certificate. But how I wish I could resist some of these, made some different choices, or not do a few, or maybe skip a few altogether. Today's kids, I think, have this definite advantage wherein they know what they want and they can voice it. And I'm so happy about that. But back then, we didn't have much of a choice. And I wish I did. And many of us did too. So I know for a fact that if we voiced a little more, then this world definitely would have been a little more sparkly than it is right now. So these are the 5 life lessons which I wish I had learned a little early on in life. And there can be many more, of course, like I wish I knew that you can't please everyone. I wish I knew that hormones are for real. And I wish I knew moms know us best, that marks don't matter, and that money is important, but it's never enough. There are so many of these lessons which we learn too late in life, but nevertheless we do. And the whole reason of doing this exercise was to make sure that I'm not making the same video 20 years down the line. And then whatever we have learned today, even all these lessons again, we can stick to it. We today should know that we do have a voice, we do have a choice, and we know all of this that we have just discussed. I hope you liked all these life lessons, and if you have more, you can write to them in the comment section. And I hope you liked the video. If you did, please like and subscribe to us and press the bell icon to know when we post a new video. Thank you so much for coming back again. I really appreciate it. Take care, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.